Are you serious? Are you serious? We've got information, a terrible crash, a terrible bus crash this morning early in Virginia on I-95. It leaves one person dead and 16 injured in the hospital. A shuttle bus struck a guardrail and overturned just before dawn this morning, March the 23rd, 2014, along a busy interstate I-95 south of the nation's capital of Washington, D.C., leaving one person dead, 16 others sent to the hospital. The bus was headed south on I-95 on a very heavily traveled East Coast artery when witnesses reported seeing a white, speeding four-door passenger vehicle swerve into the bus's travel lane. The bus then swerved to the right to avoid the sedan, ran off the road, and struck the guardrail and overturned, according to Virginia State Police. Troopers say the other vehicle, the white sedan, was later arrested, charged with one felony count of hit and run. They identified the man as a 31-year-old Rafael Manuel Barrentos of Virginia. A woman who answered the phone at the telephone number at his home declined to comment. Now, while that was going on, pray for these 16 injured and pray for the one that died's family, if you will, as well as pray for the person that's doing this hit and run. They need a lot of prayer, but a terrible scene. While that was going on, we had 6 people murdered in a church in Kenya as gunmen busted into a church in Kenya, shouting in a foreign language, killed 6 worshipers in a church near the coastal city of Mombasa, Kenya. Today, on this Sunday morning worship, March 23rd, 2014, on an attack of a kind that the Islamic militants have been carrying out in retaliation to the Kenyan intervention into the neighboring cities in Somalia. Witnesses said the attackers burst in through the church's back door before shouting out and opening fire on the congregation. Both of them had big guns, and they began shooting all over the place. I fell to the ground and I could hear the scream, said Lillian Omani, who was leading a prayer meeting in this church at the time, killing 6 Christians in Kenya. The murdering, the massacring, the persecution of Christians, it's a genocide of Christians is going on, and it's being carried out, folks, primarily by radical Islamic Muslim militants. Also, communist regimes such as North Korea and China are also involved in this behavior. Let's just not, let's not play games here. Christians are being hunted down and murdered in masses around the globe. Even if your media doesn't want to tell you about it, I will. It's a travesty. It's an abomination, and it is part of the end-time apocalyptic signs that the Bible said would happen. Now, I want to thank Nick of New York for those reports. Also, I want to thank James McKay. Now, I did a video on this earlier this morning. I'm giving you an update, just a little bit, on the mudslide in Washington State. Still 3 people are dead, confirmed dead, and also 8 are injured. But the missing is now at 18. And you have to understand something. This mudslide was so massive. Are you serious? This thing was so powerful. The mud is 60 feet deep, people. 60 feet deep. 18 people are missing. This is a very, very fluid situation and a very dreadful situation. Now, this isn't good, and they need a lot of prayer. It happened in Snohomish County in Washington State. And, folks, here's the deal. A neighborhood of 28 to 30 homes were completely wiped out. 28 to 30 homes. 3 people confirmed dead. 8 injured. 18 missing. Buried in the mud. Please pray for this these families, these homes, this community, for the missing. Could some of them still be alive? Maybe. Would you please pray in Jesus' name for that situation? And there's just a lot of things going on around the world. I've got some more I want to talk to you about. The NSA is really getting on the nerves of a former president. I'll be back to tell you about that. And Israel shutting down its embassies. Let me give you some more information why they're doing that. I feel something bad is coming, and I just want to prepare you for it. As it is in the Bible, it's prophesied, and I've sensed it in my spirit, and just want to pray in Jesus' name. I'll be right back. Don't miss tonight's broadcast, please. It starts at 7 p.m., from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern, at my website, www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Sunday Night Live. You don't want to miss Sunday Night Live. And I believe God is going to speak to hearts, and many are going to come to Christ tonight. We're just praying and believing God for that. Whatever is your need, healing, whatever it is that you need, or just to be lifted up in the spirit of hope, in the power of the blood of Christ, we hope we can do that today by sharing His word with you. In Jesus' name. I'll be right back in just a moment.